There is a menu inside your Toyota that the dealership has never mentioned, never demonstrated, and never plans to. Not because it doesn't exist, because it does, and what's inside it changes what your car can do in ways that make certain dealer services completely unnecessary. This isn't a glitch, a hack, or something a guy on a forum made up. This is Toyota's own diagnostic and customization architecture, built directly into the vehicle's electronic control systems from the factory floor. Technicians use it. Service managers know it's there. And the reason you've never been told about it is simpler than you'd expect. Let's get into exactly what this menu is, what's inside it, and what it means for every Toyota owner in America right now. What this menu actually is and why it exists. Toyota vehicles use a layered software architecture across their multiple electronic control modules. There is the engine control module, the transmission control module, the body control module, the power steering control module, the brake control module, and the multifunction display control unit that runs the infotainment system. Each of these modules has a user-facing interface, the settings menus you see when you tap through the touchscreen display mounted in the center of the dashboard. These are the settings Toyota decided you should access. Then there is a second layer. Toyota calls it the dealer function menu or the technician settings layer, depending on the system generation. It exists because Toyota needs a way for its own technicians to configure, calibrate, and customize vehicle behavior during pre-delivery inspection at the dealership, during warranty repairs, and during software updates. Rather than requiring a full laptop connection for every minor adjustment, Toyota embedded many of these configuration options directly into the vehicle's onboard infotainment system, accessible through specific button sequences that a regular driver would never stumble across accidentally. The reason this matters to you as an owner is straightforward. Many of the functions inside this layer control things that directly affect your daily driving experience, your fuel economy, and your long-term vehicle costs. And some of them, once adjusted, eliminate the need for paid dealer service visits entirely. Function 1. Disabling the seatbelt reminder chime for specific seating positions. This is the first function most people want to know about, and it's real. Toyota's seatbelt reminder system, controlled by the body control module, operates independently for the driver's seat and in some models for the front passenger seat as well. The reminder chime that sounds when the seatbelt buckle switch on the driver's seat or front passenger seat detects an unlatched belt is a default active setting that Toyota ships every vehicle with. Inside the dealer configuration layer of the multi-information display system, accessible through the steering wheel-mounted menu control buttons in a specific sequence with the ignition in the on position, but the engine off, there is an option to reduce the chime sensitivity or modify its behavior. This is not turning off seatbelt safety. It is adjusting the threshold at which the body control module registers the belt as unlatched, which matters for drivers who use aftermarket seat cushions, carry heavy objects on passenger seats, or have rear seat configurations where the system behaves unpredictably. Toyota installs this adjustment capability because different markets have different legal requirements around seatbelt reminder behavior. In the United States, the chime must function, but its specific parameters can be adjusted within a defined range. Function 2. Auto door lock and unlock behavior reprogramming. Most Toyota owners assume their door locks behave in a fixed pattern. Lock when the transmission is shifted into drive, unlock when the transmission is shifted back into park, or unlock when the vehicle is turned off. These behaviors feel permanent because no setting in the standard user menu changes them. In the dealer configuration layer, accessed through the vehicle settings section of the touchscreen display on models using Toyota's audio multimedia system. The latest generation infotainment platform launched across the 2022 and newer Camry, Corolla, RAV4, and Tundra lineups. There are individual toggle controls for every lock and unlock trigger event. You can configure the door locks to unlock all doors simultaneously when the transmission enters park, or you can set them to unlock only the driver's door first and require a second input to unlock remaining doors. You can disable the automatic locking behavior in drive mode entirely. You can configure the rear doors to behave differently from the front doors. These are not aftermarket modifications. They are Toyota factory options that exist because fleet customers, rental companies, government agencies, and taxi operators require specific lock behavior configurations for their use cases. Toyota built the flexibility into every vehicle and simply left the default settings as the only option for retail customers who don't know to look further. Function 3. Dome Interior Light Fade Timing Adjustment. When you open a Toyota door, the interior dome light mounted on the headliner illuminates. When you close it, the light fades out over a period of time. How long that fade takes is adjustable. In the body control module settings, accessible through the dealer menu layer, the interior light fade delay, measured in seconds, can be extended or shortened. The default setting on most North American Toyota models is approximately 15 seconds. It can be reduced to 0 for instant off behavior, which reduces battery draw on vehicles that sit parked for extended periods with frequent door opening and closing. It can also be extended for users who prefer more time. Toyota includes this because international markets have preferences that differ from the North American default. And rather than producing country-specific software builds for a single minor parameter, Toyota makes it configurable and ships the same software worldwide. Function 4. Remote key fob door, unlock behavior, 1 press versus 2 press. Every Toyota owner has a personal preference here. 1 press of the unlock button on the remote keyless entry fob. Does it unlock all doors or just the driver's door? A second press would then unlock the remaining doors. The factory default on most Toyota vehicles sold in the United States unlocks only the driver's door on the first press. This is a security preference designed to prevent all doors from unlocking simultaneously in busy parking lots. But for families loading children into rear doors simultaneously, or for owners who always enter through the rear hatch, unlocking all doors on a single press is more practical. Inside the body control module configuration section of the dealer menu, this behavior is a single toggle. 1 press all door unlock or 1 press driver door only unlock. Toyota dealers can change this in under 2 minutes. Most will charge a labor fee to do it. It takes the same 2 minutes if you know where to find the setting yourself. Function 5. Automatic window closing behavior when rain sensor activates. Toyota vehicles equipped with the rain-sensing automatic windshield wiper system. The sensor module mounted directly behind the rear-view mirror on the inside of the upper windshield include a linked function in the body control module that some owners have and some haven't. When rain sensing is active and precipitation is detected, certain Toyota models are capable of automatically raising any open power windows to prevent water entry into the cabin. This function exists in the dealer configuration layer on models equipped with rain-sensing wipers and one-touch auto power windows. It is not enabled by default in the United States. Toyota decided the behavior could startle drivers who didn't expect windows to move without input. But the underlying function is built into the body control module on every eligible vehicle. Enabling it through the dealer settings layer turns it on permanently until disabled. Function 6. Speed-sensitive volume adjustment calibration for the audio system. The audio system in Toyota vehicles, the speaker amplifier and head unit mounted in the center console area of the dashboard, includes a function called vehicle speed compensation, or speed-sensitive volume. As vehicle speed increases, road noise and wind noise increase, and the audio system automatically raises volume to compensate. The baseline calibration for how aggressively this compensation occurs is set at the factory. In the dealer configuration section of the audio system settings, accessible within the infotainment head unit through the dealer menu layer, the speed-sensitive volume compensation curve can be adjusted. The aggressiveness of the volume increase per mile per hour of speed increase can be raised or lowered. Owners who find that their audio system volume jumps too sharply on highway on-ramps can reduce this sensitivity. Owners who want more aggressive compensation in noisy truck cabins can increase it. Toyota set the default for average conditions. Your vehicle's conditions may not be average. If you've made it this far, hit the like button and subscribe. This channel covers the Toyota information dealerships never volunteer. Function 7. Toyota Safety. Sense Pre-Collision. Sensitivity Threshold Adjustment. Toyota Safety Sense, the active safety suite that includes the pre-collision system, using the forward-facing camera mounted behind the rearview mirror and the millimeter wave radar sensor located behind the Toyota emblem on the front grille, has adjustable sensitivity thresholds that live in the pre-collision system control module settings. The standard user menu offers low, standard, and high sensitivity settings. The dealer configuration layer offers additional granular control over the following distance threshold, at which the pre-collision warning alert activates, and the deceleration aggressiveness of the automatic emergency braking intervention. Toyota calibrated these parameters for what it considers average American driving conditions. Urban environments with frequent close proximity traffic may benefit from adjusted thresholds. Rural highway drivers may find the standard settings trigger unnecessary alerts. These are not safety bypasses. They are calibration adjustments within the operating range Toyota defined. Function 8. Rear View Camera Guideline Position Calibration. The rear view camera mounted in the center of the rear liftgate or trunk lid sends its image to the infotainment display screen whenever the transmission is placed in reverse. Overlaid on that image are guidance lines, a center line, distance markers, and turning radius arcs that shift left or right as the steering wheel turns. These guidance lines are calibrated to the specific vehicle dimensions during final assembly. When a rear bumper is replaced, when a camera mounting bracket is repositioned during body repair, or when the rear suspension geometry is altered during a lift kit installation, the guidance line calibration drifts. The lines no longer accurately reflect where the vehicle will travel. Inside the dealer configuration menu accessible through the camera system settings within the infotainment head unit, the rear camera guidance line calibration can be reset and manually adjusted. Dealerships charge for this recalibration as a standalone service. The function is built into the system and accessible without any external tools. Function 9. Fuel door and power liftgate auto close timer settings. Toyota models with a power liftgate, the electrically operated rear cargo door found on the Highlander, the RAV4, the Venza, and others, include a programmable auto-close timer in the body control module configuration settings within the dealer menu layer. This timer defines how long the power liftgate remains open before automatically closing if no input is detected. The factory default is typically set to no automatic close. The liftgate stays open until manually closed or the vehicle is started. The dealer configuration layer allows this timer to be set to a defined number of seconds, after which the liftgate closes automatically. This is useful in garages with limited clearance or for owners who frequently forget to close the liftgate before starting the vehicle. Toyota built this capability into every eligible model and left it disabled by default. Function 10. Headlight Auto Leveling Calibration Reset. Toyota vehicles with automatic headlight leveling systems. The electric actuator motors mounted inside the headlight housing assembly that adjust the vertical aim of the headlight beam based on vehicle load require periodic calibration resets. When the rear suspension compresses under load, the headlight leveling system compensates automatically. But the baseline calibration point, the beam aim at zero load, drifts after suspension component replacement, after spring settling on a new vehicle, and after significant changes to tire diameter. Inside the dealer configuration layer of the body control module settings, there is a headlight leveling calibration reset function. It zeroes the leveling actuator position to the factory-specified beam aim height for the unloaded vehicle. Headlight aim directly affects how far ahead you can see at night and whether oncoming drivers experience glare from your headlights. A properly aimed headlight beam can add up to 30 feet of visible stopping distance at highway speeds compared to a headlight beam that has drifted downward. Toyota dealers perform this calibration as a paid service item. The reset function is built into every applicable vehicle. Function 11. Idle stop and start behavior threshold modification. Toyota models equipped with the idle stop and start system, the automatic engine shutdown that occurs when the vehicle comes to a complete stop in traffic and restarts when the brake pedal is released, have a battery state of charge threshold below which the system disables itself to protect the 12-volt auxiliary battery. This threshold is adjustable in the idle stop and start control settings within the dealer configuration layer. The factory default threshold is typically set conservatively, which means the idle stop function disables itself in conditions where the battery is at a charge level that could still safely support several stop-start cycles. Adjusting the threshold allows owners who want more aggressive idle stop behavior to lower the cutoff point, reducing fuel consumption in stop-and-go city traffic. Owners who find the idle stop behavior intrusive, particularly in heavy traffic where the engine restarts frequently, can raise the threshold so the system disables itself more readily, effectively reducing how often it engages without permanently deactivating it through the driver mode button on the center console. Function 12. Transmission shift point programming in automatic mode. The electronically controlled automatic transmission in most Toyota vehicles, the traditional torque converter automatic found in the Camry, Highlander, Tundra, and others, not to be confused with the electronically controlled continuously variable transmission in hybrid models, has upshift and downshift point mapping stored in the transmission control module. In normal driving mode, the transmission control module uses a standard shift map that prioritizes fuel economy. In sport mode, it uses an aggressive shift map that holds gears longer. What most owners doesn't know is that the base normal mode shift map parameters are adjustable within a defined range in the transmission control module configuration, accessible through the dealer menu. This isn't tuning software. It's Toyota's own parameter adjustment interface that technicians use to adapt transmission feel to customer feedback during the pre-delivery inspection process. A normal mode shift map that holds gears slightly longer before upshifting improves throttle response without the full aggression of sport mode. This middle ground calibration is possible through the dealer configuration layer, and doesn't void any manufacturer's specifications because you're operating within Toyota's own defined parameter range. Function 13. Parking sensor audible alert tone selection. Toyota's parking proximity sensor system. The ultrasonic sensors embedded in the front and rear bumper fascias that detect objects within close range during low-speed maneuvering produces an audible alert tone through the vehicle's audio system speakers when an object is detected. The tone frequency, pattern, and volume are adjustable within the parking sensor control module configuration accessible in the dealer menu layer. Toyota offers multiple alert tone profiles that differ in pitch and urgency pattern. The default North American tone is a single mid-frequency beep with increasing frequency as distance decreases. Alternative profiles use different pitch ranges that some drivers find more perceptible in loud cabin environments. For owners who tow frequently and find the rear parking sensor tones confusing when backing up to a trailer hitch, adjusting the alert pattern can make the system more useful rather than something to be permanently disabled. Function 14. Mirror auto-fold behavior on lock, enabling what Toyota shipped disabled. Power folding side mirrors. The motorized outer mirror housings on models like the Camry XSE, Avalon, and various Lexus models shared under the Toyota platform include a factory-installed automatic fold-on-lock function that is shipped disabled for the North American market. When enabled through the body control module configuration in the dealer menu layer, pressing the lock button on the remote keyless entry fob causes both power folding side mirrors to retract automatically. Pressing unlock causes them to extend. Toyota disables this by default because street parking in American cities varies widely, and automatically folding mirrors in some environments creates a problem rather than solving one. But for owners with tight garage clearances, the function is already in the vehicle, already wired, and already functional. It simply needs to be activated. Function 15. Auto headlight off delay timer adjustment. When you park your Toyota and switch the ignition off at night, the automatic headlights, controlled by the body control module in conjunction with the headlight control switch on the dashboard stalk, remain on for a period of time to illuminate your path from the vehicle to your front door. This is called the coming home light function, or the auto headlight delay. The duration of this delay is factory set to a fixed number of seconds that varies by model and year. In the body control module configuration within the dealer menu layer, this delay timer is adjustable in defined increments. Owners who park in well-lit areas find the default delay unnecessary and prefer immediate headlight shutoff to reduce battery draw. Owners who park on unlit rural properties prefer a longer delay. Toyota gave every vehicle this flexibility. Almost no retail customer has ever been shown where it lives. What this means, taken together. Across every one of these functions, the pattern is identical. Toyota built the capability, built the adjustment interface, built the configuration option, and then shipped the vehicle with a default setting that works for most people in most situations. The dealer configuration layer exists so that Toyota's own network can fine-tune these behaviors at the point of sale or during service. What the dealer network has not done is pass this access on to the actual owners of these vehicles. None of these functions require an external scan tool. None of them require purchasing aftermarket software. None of them modify hardware. They are software configurations that live inside systems Toyota installed, using menus Toyota built, adjusting parameters Toyota defined. The question of whether you should access them is simpler than it sounds. These are your vehicle's settings. Understanding that they exist and knowing what they control puts you in the same position as the technician who prepped your car before delivery. And that position, knowing what your car is actually capable of, is exactly where every Toyota owner should be. If you're enjoying this video, consider watching the next one where I break down the Toyota TechStream diagnostic system and what it reveals about your vehicle that the dashboard never shows you.